This is Bonner Rhae.
And this is Cannon Brand.
And this is Real Life, Real Music.
Real Life, Real Music Radio. With your host, Kyle Hutton.
All right. Well, good evening.
How's it going, y'all?
Hi.
We're trying to get them to wake up a little bit, Cannon. I think we need a little. Let's do shots of More Please coffee all around. Everybody gets a couple shots of coffee.
I thought you were going a different direction with that shot thing, and I was like, man, it's pretty early, isn't it? You know?
We need uppers, not downers, in this room tonight, I think. Thank y'all so much for being here this evening. You know, you probably overheard a little bit of my introduction. I'm a little bit partial to both of you, but you know, the main reason is not because I've known you for a while. It's because the first time I met you guys, I loved your music and I became fans. And so that's why you're here tonight. I'm glad you took time out of your schedule to be here with us. And Bonner, as we absolutely should, we're going to let ladies kick things off this evening. And before I start,
as you should,
before I start asking a whole lot of questions, I want you to just pick a song you want to play for us first tonight.
All right, let's do it. Well, I am going to be coming out with a record, which I'm sure we'll talk about. So I'm going to play something off that. So this is a song called Behind a Smile. I wrote it with my friend Matt Parrish and one of his bandmates, Justin Lofton. So here you go. When all is said and done, I let you slip away, all but overcome, and I can't find a way to stand here in my skin and know what has become. It's hard to just move on in a world that's unraveled, so I hide behind
Very nice. All right, Ken, I'm going to do the same thing to you because, you know, I've got a bunch of questions for you too. But
okay.
Before we do that, you just pick one out and kick us off.
All right, so I'm going to kick it off with one from my first record. It's been several years now since this record came out, but it was my first piece of work that I ever got to, you know, actually record in a studio. And we didn't have pro musicians. I just kind of threw all the instruments together myself. It all worked out okay somehow. But this was the standout off of that record. I still love this song. Simple song about having a good day. It's called My Kind of Place. Cruising down 75, my kind of Friday night drive. Windows down, radio up, sweet tea is in my cup. This week's been hard, but I got this old guitar and a couple chords under the stars. Revive my broke down heart, and I guess things really ain't so bad. 'Cause I got George Strait on the radio, it's just right for my soul. I can sing these in the home till the sun comes up. With my hand in the midnight air, the wind blows through your hair. This drive will take you where all the stars light up. And the biggest things really ain't so bad. It's my kind of place. I've got you by my side, singing I saw a light. You look oh so fine, just like the stars up high. You turn it up, you start to move, dancing the lovesick blues. Your eyes shine under the moon, and I'm so in love with you. And I guess things really ain't so bad, 'cause I got George Strait on the radio, it's just right for my soul. I can sing these in the home till the sun comes up. With your hand in the midnight air, the wind blows through your hair. This route will take you where all the stars light up, and the rearview lights are shining on your face. I guess you can say this is my kind of place. It's my kind of place. My kind of place. And even on the very worst of days, I keep a big old smile on my face. 'Cause I always got George Strait on the radio, it's just right for my soul. I can sing these in the home till the sun comes up. My hand in the midnight air, the wind blows through your hair. This drive will take you where all the stars light up, and the rearview lights are shining on your face. I guess you can say this is my kind of place. It's my kind of place. My kind of place. My kind of place.
Appreciate it. Shaking the rust off.
My kind of place. Do-si-do's your kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
Heard that.
I've been playing here for quite a while now. I got a lot of great first opportunities here, and this place is like a big family. So it's always a pleasure to be here, and especially to be part of the Real Life Real Music Songwriter Series. It's an honor for sure. So thank you.
Well, hey man, it's our pleasure to have you here. Okay, so let's talk about this for just a minute, because both of you are not strangers to the stage here at Do-si-do, and that's I think for any of us, because I first drove by this place when they were putting this barn. They were attaching it to the back of an old house that already existed here on 45, and I thought, man, that place looks like it's going to be really cool. And then I came in and saw the stage, which at the time was on that other wall over there. I don't know how many of you remember that, but I walked in and I just went, wow. And so you guys have both lived in this area, so you know what it's like to have a venue like this kind of in your backyard, and get to cut your teeth here and play shows here. So Cannon, who were some of the first people? You've opened for some people here at the Big Barn.
Yeah, I opened for Wade Bowen. That was a good time. Ricky Skaggs most recently, actually. That was so cool. And let's see here, Randall King. That was a lot of fun. I'm really lucky. There's so many great people I've opened for here. I can't even remember them all off the top of my head, but I mean, so many of the Texas greats, people I look up to, people of all different generations too, which is so cool. There's so much music that comes through here, genres and different generations, and just, legends. It's really awesome. So, I mean, I remember the first time ever playing here, I felt like I had some big shoes to fill on this stage,
So how about you, Bonner? You've played a bunch of shows here too.
Yeah, I got to open this Real Life Real Music show once upon a time for Wade Bowen. That was my first time to play here. Also felt the big shoes to fill. I've opened for Ronnie Millsap, Smithfield, William Beckman. I mean, it's been a home away from home.
Because I've never met him before. What was Ronnie Millsap like?
He was a trip. That was a time. We'll just say that.
All right. Okay. Smoky Mountain Rain. Sorry. All right, Ronnie Millsap. You'll have to tell us more stories when we're off the air about Ronnie Millsap. Okay, so Bonner, you mentioned, and obviously I know this because I had the honor and the privilege of being involved in it, but give folks here that maybe have not, or people that are listening that have not heard your music before, tell us a little bit about the project that you've got coming out, maybe a little bit about the time frame, and then pick another one. Maybe one of my favorites, I don't know, Forward Address off of it, and maybe play a song for us.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been working on an album for, I think, over a year now with Kyle and Walt Wilkins. They were my producers, which I was so super fortunate to have them on board with me. They made it a breeze. They were like my two musical dads. It's got I feel like a little bit of something for everyone. It's got some funkier stuff on it. It's got some things that lean a little more country, some things that lean a little more dreamy Americana. I'm super, super excited about it. All of these songs are songs that are really meaningful to me, and just put so much heart and soul into this, which, is basically true for every musician. But it's weird to put it out there. But it's going to be, I think we're going to start kind of releasing some singles off of it in January, which I'm super pumped about. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And then we should be expecting the full record out, I think, in March. So it's going to be exciting.
So, and did you decide, are you calling it Forward Address?
I'm going to call the record Forward Address. We were running with that, which was originally your idea.
Well, that's probably why I brought it up. I don't know.
Yeah. But then you fought me on it later.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't think you should call it that. I think you should. And I was like, no, sorry, man. You did this to yourself, but we're running with Forward Address.
I like it. I like it. Okay, well, tell us about that song and then play that one for us.
Okay. Well, Forward Address, I actually was listening to Taylor Swift's Evermore album, which I love. I've listened to that album, I don't know, no less than 50 times. And I just kind of got this idea in my head for Forward Address, like you've had a breakup and you wish you could just send all of those feelings away, just put it in an envelope and ship it off and not feel them anymore, and like all the things you have to say after a broken relationship. And I knew I wanted it to be just dreamy. I wanted it to be dreamy. I wanted it to be the perfect combination of, thinking about the past, but looking to the future. And I had a vision. This is probably the only song I've had a super, super strong vision for of what I wanted the end product to be like. And I pulled together my friends Matt Parrish and McKenna Malloy, who are both Houston-based songwriters. And kind of told him my idea. I knew they'd be the perfect mix, and it start to finish, you guys, it is so good, which Kyle had so much to do with that, him and Walt as well. So yeah, I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell that I'm really excited.
Well, it's a great song. Play it for us.
Thank you. Yeah, let's do it. Just a sec. Let me make sure we are in tune. I had a couple guy friends. I never, truth be told, used to tune my guitar when I would put a capo on it. And I got scolded for that the other day. So here we are. This is me tuning. My manager actually scolded me for that. So here you go, Davis. This one's for you. I tuned my guitar. All right, let's do it. Forward Address. Fresh face in a wooden frame, hanging up in a new hallway. His scarred walls covered up with paint, the faded to a cleaner slate. Letters on a page. Too many things to say. Well, I've sealed those envelopes 3 times. Notes scattered on the floor like the thoughts in my mind. And I wish I could mail back the mess that you left. But there's no forward address. Well, is it harder to sleep at night? A cold bed with an empty side. And how's it feel to be always right? Get the last word in every fight. Letters on a page. Ooh, so much left to say. Well, I've sealed those envelopes 3 Thank you.
I just noticed how sad that song is.
Okay, but if you really think about it, it's also like a letting go song. Like if you really listen to the words, it's I don't know. Like I said, I think it's a good combination of like thinking about the past, but also just looking to the future and being like, we're starting over. And that's that. We're starting over.
There it is.
Awesome. That was great.
As art imitates life, or the other way around. Right? Yeah, got it.
There you go.
All right, Cannon Brand.
Yes, sir.
I like the cowboy hat.
Thank you. I know we were
Yeehaw.
going back and forth on whether I should wear it or not.
Well, of course you should wear it. You're at the do-si-do.
But his hair was looking so fetch.
You know, like, let's just go ahead and talk about that real quick.
All right.
Okay? Because listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. The pandemic was good for a few things, okay? The pandemic was good for to-go margaritas. Mm-hmm. The pandemic was good for working at home in your boxer shorts. And the pandemic was good for the revival of the mullet.
Indeed.
Which Cannon...
And mustaches.
And mustaches, yes.
I had a really ugly mustache earlier I had to shave off before the show. I was like trying to convince myself it looked all right. I'm like, no. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. Okay, so Cannon, you know, just like Bonner, man, you both have been holed up in the studios,
yes.
Making music, and I've had the opportunity, Cannon, to hear most of the mixes come off the press that you've cut down at Stormy Cooper's studio down in Houston.
Indeed.
And man, I like all of them, but I want to ask you about one of them.
Okay.
If it's not too early in the night to ask about this one.
Okay.
I know it's a little in the high register, but
Okay.
I want to ask you about a song that you wrote based on a job that you had.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's too many, 20-year-old guys that necessarily have had this as a profession and done it as well as you did. But tell us about a song that you wrote called Hot Shottin'.
For sure. So this is a song I wrote about. I did hot shot trucking for about a year and a half. It was my second to last job that I had. It's been a while back now, but yeah, I drove all over the place. Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, every week. It was mostly Texas and neighboring states. Every once in a while I got sent way the hell out somewhere, and it was, there was good times and there was bad times. But I've got a friend, his name's Justin Lane Gates. He's from Cut and Shoot, Conroe area, just like me. I came from Willis, Conroe, and he drives the beer trucks, that bring the beer to places just like this. So we kind of had some similar experiences in our field of work, and so we decided to sit down one evening and write a song about it, and it actually came together rather quickly, and it was a lot of fun, and we stayed up late into the night for like 4 hours recording a demo of it right then and there, and the rest was history, and we got to go into the studio and record it finally, and yeah, so I am not getting my guitar, I guess.
You seeing that back there still?
No.
Not seeing it?
Oh, man.
It's not a real show if you don't have technical
Oh,
difficulties.
my gosh. See, I really wanted to play this guitar. And,
Oh.
Oh, it's the damn finger. Okay, I've got it back. Should we risk it or should we get a new guitar? Risk it? Okay, sorry about that. This is called Hot Shottin', fun little tune. Hope y'all enjoy it. Been driving all night another Midland run. Gotta make it there before the sun comes up. God dang this truck. I've been waiting 5 hours to unload. Got another job out in El Paso. Let's go. God dang this load.
dancing through. Who knew there'd be so much to do? When you're hot, shutting my wheels, I'm rocking that fireball burns, but I ain't stopping, oh no. There's no time to lose. I'm just hot, shutting miles, I'm clocking up, paying these bills, but I ain't stopping, oh no. There's no time to lose. And money's gonna take me wherever I gotta go. All this running around is bound to take its toll. When you're hot, shawty, yeah, I'm just hot, shawty, yeah. I'm just hot, shouting my wheels are rocking motels up ahead. But I ain't stopping, oh no. There's no time to blow. And money's gonna take me wherever I gotta go. All this running around is bound to take its toll. When you're hot, shawty, Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. I think that was what I needed to shake myself back into this,
There you
you know?
I
I was so
knew
happy
that
you
one.
suggested that.
I knew that one would wake you up.
Yes,
Wake
yes,
you
yes,
up.
indeed.
Yeah, it's a great song, Ken.
You know,
It's a great
it's a
song.
funny fact about that song. The second verse, I'm sure y'all heard, talks about going into a bar in Louisiana and buying shots for girls. We both wrote that line with long relationships. You know, we both are in long relationships, and it's so funny because we were like, oh, they're gonna hate this, but it's so perfect. You know.
Well, you know, Cannon, the old trick is, you know, you go home and you play it for your significant other. They're like, what do you mean you went in and bought rounds of shots for 3 blondes? And that was his idea.
Yeah,
that was
no,
his
I know,
line.
right? Yeah, you just
Was the
switch
other
off.
guy's line. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And
No.
the truth is, you do not have time to go in any bar or do any of that. It's like, get there, get home, sleep. It's not like that at all, but hey, I love that part nonetheless.
Add some nice color to the song.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Bonner. Okay, so here's what I want to know. So, Bonner, are you originally from Alvin, Texas?
Yes.
Okay, and how long did you go to like grade school, high school?
I actually never went to an Alvin school,
Okay.
but I grew up there my whole life.
All right.
Funny fact, I'm one of 4 kids in my family, and all of us graduated from a different high school.
Interesting.
So I graduated from homeschool. Anybody have any good homeschooler jokes out there? Everybody's got them.
I'm sure. That explains a lot, actually.
there
I didn't
is.
even
There
know
it
that.
is.
You were homeschooled. Okay, that just says a lot. No, okay, so you grew up in Alvin. My dad grew up in Alvin. By the way, how many of you have seen, I think it's on Apple TV or maybe Apple Movie, have you seen the documentary Facing Nolan? About Nolan
No.
Ryan? Few people have seen it. You got to see it. It's got Alvin. It would just bring back memories.
Just bring back my whole childhood.
Or nightmares or whatever.
Every
it was
night.
for you. Okay.
Just kidding.
No, it
we,
was
we
great.
love Alvin.
It was great. Okay, so growing up in Alvin, when did you get the music bug? Were you one of these kids that were singing like all your life? Or tell me about how you got into music.
Mom, Dad, when did I start singing?
She came out of the hospital.
All right.
I think it sounded more like a scream back then, but nonetheless, I was on key.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I loved singing. I mean, I super stereotypical, like
standing on your grandmother's coffee table making everybody listen to you. I would direct / also star in productions that I made my siblings participate in.
That's awesome.
I was also extremely bossy, which is not something I was really aware of until I saw a video of me doing one of my productions.
You know,
after
spending weeks in the studio with you, I'd have never guessed that.
I'm just a girl that knows what I want, and I know what everybody else wants too.
Okay, so but when did you start? Like, when did you decide I'm going to pick up a guitar, try to write some songs?
You know, so Taylor Swift, I keep mentioning Taylor Swift, here we go. She came out with her first album, and I thought she was so cool. I was probably like maybe a freshman in high school at this point, and you know, she played guitar, and I was like, I'm gonna learn to play the guitar because she looks awesome, and I'm gonna look awesome too. And we had this little baby Taylor. And I don't know why we had it. My mom just always had musical instruments around the house when I was growing up, which is great. But I just sat down and I started playing, and I played Tim McGraw by Taylor Swift over and over and over again when I was maybe a freshman in high school, and taught myself to play the guitar. And I'd always loved singing, but I think once I started playing guitar was when I was like, oh, I could actually do this maybe one day. And started playing. I wrote my first song when I was, I think, like 16 or 17 years old. Okay. It's actually out as a single right now. I'm not going to play it. Don't ask me to play it.
All right.
I'm not going to. But if you want to hear it, it is out as a single right now. It's called Trail of Dust. That was the very first song I ever wrote. My high school boyfriend cheated on me, and I was like, I could write a song about this, and I did. And he regrets it now. Just kidding. I'm actually friends with him still. But anyways, yeah. And then I started writing songs. I quit playing for about 6 years. When I was in college, I just kind of went through some stuff, and music had carried me through it, and I just had to step back from it. And then a few years back, I just kind of woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I've wanted this for my whole life, forever. And I picked the guitar back up and I was like, we're doing it. We're doing it big. We're going big or going home. We're going to see what happens. And so
here you are.
And here I am.
Do-si-do.
Here I am now. And that was just a couple of years ago. So,
well, pick another one off of the upcoming record and play it for us.
Okay.
Which one do you want to do next?
Well, I know which one that one made me want to do, but I don't know if I should do that one yet.
Which one?
The shooting one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Should we do that one?
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear a song about shooting a man? I like that response. Y'all passed the vibe check. Congratulations. My mom likes me to clarify that this story is not entirely true. Sorry. But it's partially true. And it's actually directly inspired by a guy that I dated in college. And I know he follows me on Instagram, so he's gonna know when I release this record, and he's gonna like hear this song. And I always kind of wonder if he's gonna know that he inspired a song about shooting a man. So, TBD, everybody stay tuned. Here you go. This is called You Had It Coming.
It's gonna be a long, long winter now till the warmth of summer. You had it coming, yes you did. Well, I remember seeing you around a time or two there in that town.
awesome.
Dedicated to you, guy. You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Are y'all having a good time tonight so far? Is everybody doing good? Okay. All right. So, Cannon, kicking it back over to you down there. Let's talk about your musical kind of upbringing and influences. The way I understand it, you're kind of similar to Bonner's story in that you pretty much came out singing, right?
Definitely in a way. It started. I think it all started just riding around in the back of my mom's car, jamming everything from Weezer and Green Day and Foo Fighters to George Strait and Alan Jackson and many of the greats and a little. She had a really wide taste in music, popular and not popular, What? I inherited it too. I mean, my playlist goes from Nike Air Forces to cowboy boots to skinny jeans and eyeliner, So I mean, I still have that in me for sure. And I actually, anyway, I'm getting a bit off track here. Started by just literally just singing along to songs. Had my favorite songs that I'd ask her to play. Lots of Tom Petty, Matchbox 20, things of that nature. And I'd sing, I'd sing. I wasn't singing good, and I probably wasn't singing the right words, but I was singing. And somewhere along the way, I was 7. I know that for sure. I was 7 when I decided, you know what? I want to learn the guitar, just like, most kids at some point are like, I want to learn the piano, or I want to learn the flute, or something. That's all it was just me being a kid. I want to play guitar. And a lot of kids, they'll get them in the lessons, they'll get them their first little Toys R Us first act guitar, and then they get frustrated with the basics, throw it away, and that's it. So I chugged through the basics, and then I started figuring out that I could learn my favorite songs, and that's when it became fun. Shortly thereafter, I figured out I could sing and play guitar at the same time. That just happened one day. Before that, it was like unfathomable for some reason. I started writing some really bad songs, and then I started writing some decent songs, and that's somewhere in that time period I met you. and I've grown a lot as a songwriter since then, and I've of course had some help from some awesome songwriters and mentors like you. Well, so here I am today.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet people that I've got sons older than Cannon, and so it's a pleasure as somebody that's been doing this for a long time to meet somebody that's as invested at a young age in learning an instrument, in learning a voice, and learning how to write a song. And there's just something really fun about getting to be a part of that. So I appreciate you sharing your songs with me and your stories with me. And so I want to set up a song that I'd love for you to play, not just for the people here, because a lot of these people have heard it, but I want the people out in our syndicated radio audience to hear this song too. And we changed the guitars on this one. Give him a few strums there to make sure we're good level-wise.
Yeah, I've got a lot, and this is pretty hot in the monitor right now. Yeah, a little bit, please. All right.
Is that better?
Right. Yes, that is just fine. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so Cannon, it wasn't the first song that we worked on together, but we got together for a writing appointment a few years back, maybe a couple of years ago, and you told me a story really just about your family and your family legacy and your family history, talking about your dad and your granddad and talking about your cousin it was a very, you already had the guts of what you wanted to say in this song that really pays homage to where you were brought up and the people that brought you up. And I wonder if you just share a little bit of that story from your perspective, and then play that song.
For sure. So my grandfather passed several years back, and I didn't quite understand it then. It was one of those things that hit me harder as time went on. And I started learning how much I was like him, and all that. And I always wanted to write a song for him, that was like worthy of him, like a worthy tribute. And I had tried a couple times before I sat down with Kyle, and I just threw it away every time. I didn't ever think it was good enough. And when we sat down, it was not too long before Thanksgiving. I know that. And then my cousin Robbie, who's here tonight, made it out here. He was about to be shipped off to the Army, and there was a lot of feelings going on. And so we sat down to this and wrote this song that I think perfectly was kind of a tribute to both of them, with a chorus that ties it all together. And it's supposed to be a relatable song. It's actually not a sad song, I promise you. I would most certainly say it is a hopeful song. But anyway, Robbie is obviously back from the Army. He's got a fiance, couple kids. So I like to mess around with him and tell him, "Damn, Robbie, you ruined the song. You're not even gone anymore." This is a song I wrote with Mr. Kyle Hutton. It's called "Still Around."
At Granddaddy's place, if it had 4 tires, he'd let me drive it. Mama says to this day she don't know how I survived it. He'd pull me up in that pickup truck and let me steer through town. And he ain't here now, but I'm still around. You ain't gone, 'cause I'm here holding on to the things he said, the things he did, the way he loved, the way he lived, standing on this line that he laid down. Yeah, I'm still around. There's an empty chair at Mama's for the first time next Thanksgiving. I couldn't be more proud of Robbie, yeah, but all of us sure miss him. He called his wife from the base last night and said, "I'll make it home somehow." And he ain't here now, but I'm still around. He ain't gone, 'cause I'm here holding on to the things he said, the things he did, the way he loves, the way he lives, standing on this line that he laid down. Yeah, I'm still around. Yeah, I'm still around. Yeah, I'm still around. You ain't gone, 'cause I'm here holding on to the things you said, the things you did, the way you love, the way you live, standing on this line that you laid down. Yeah, I'm standing on this line that you laid down. Yeah, I'm standing on this line that you laid down. Yeah, I'm still around. At Granddaddy's place, if it had 4 tires, he'd let me drive it.
so much. The response I've gotten from that song from all of you has been something that means a lot to me. I wanted to shout out Kyle here for a second. Of course, he helped me write that beautiful song, and he's got a way of doing it that's unlike anyone else. He'll sit there for about maybe a good few minutes sometimes in total silence, and you're like, what's he thinking? And then he'll just all of a sudden just say the most brilliant thing you've ever heard in your life, and you're like, okay, yep, that's in the song. Anyway,
keep going. Say,
Kyle and his his companies that he's built, and a bunch of great people. We did a music video for that song, and obviously for a song like that, there was a lot that went into it, a lot of planning, a lot of people, and I appreciate all of Kaysen here. He did a lot for us, Kat, everyone there was great. But I'd really encourage y'all to watch that video if you'd like. Lots of memorabilia and stuff. This belt buckle was my grandfather's, and my dad had it for forever, and I could never convince him to actually let me keep it and wear it. I stole it for the music video. I wore it in the music video. Never gave it back. It's been on me every single day since. So, anyway,
awesome.
Sorry,
That's
I'm a
a great
talker.
song.
I'll go on too long.
Thank you, Cannon.
Thank you, Kyle.
My pleasure. Okay.
I also borrowed a chair from my dad one time. That was his great aunt's, and just never gave it back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, sometimes you just,
I know.
There's a lot of sentiment and stuff. You just gotta kind of work your way.
You just have to borrow it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him in my
Indefinitely.
earlier years because he's like, oh, you're gonna lose it or something, and you know what? He was probably right back then. I've gotten a lot better. It just stays on my body all the time. So
it's not fun to sleep in, but you don't lose it. Yeah. All right. So Bonner, I want to ask you about a song that you did in the studio for this record. I think we ended up calling it Rolling Stone, didn't
No
we?
Rolling Stone.
No Rolling Stone.
No Rolling Stone.
Tell us about this. Is a fun little song. Tell us about No Rolling Stone.
It also, the name was so heavily debated. I did a full-blown Instagram poll and everything, so we couldn't decide. But we finally settled on No Rolling Stone. And I wrote it. I had just been traveling a lot. I mean, in this industry, you go through stints where you're just living out of a suitcase. I mean, most of the time I have 3 suitcases in my floor in various states of packed and unpacked. And when you are gone so much, you miss people that you love at home. And so I just kind of took that as inspiration. And fun fact, when I wrote this song, I had never actually been to Nashville in my adult life. But I have now, so now I can sing it and really mean it.
There you go.
But yeah, it turned out really cool. I always loved it, but then once we actually y'all produced it and we got it all fully done, I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm obsessed. So this is called No Rolling Stone, and I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I do, if I can remember what key I play it in. But I think this is right. I don't know why my manager gets on to me about not tuning my guitar.
I'm actually impressed that you're tuning, because this is for radio. And
am I not supposed to be?
Somewhat of a permanent. No, you need to tune. No, and I'll tell you the difference.
Getting mixed signals.
While she's tuning, I'll tell you the difference in our audio show that you can hear on K-Star Country on Sundays at 6 versus the video podcast. Nobody wants to hear Bonner tune on the radio. Okay, so we edit that out. The radio show is edited. We'll take what happened tonight and edit it down into the 52 best minutes plus commercials, and then that's an episode. Okay?
So you'll edit out a lot of me and him talking. A lot.
Well, some. I'll edit
would you keep in the tuning if I did this while she was in?
I might.
Yeehaw.
I might. But here's the thing. For our video podcast, you get to see it all. So if you want to watch Bonner tune again, just fast forward to this part of the video podcast and you can watch it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do No Rolling Stone now. Really quick, I know I'm talking a lot, but I have a friend who's also named Bonner. what? Isn't that weird? And she's also a singer-songwriter. Anyways, we're besties now, but we play shows together. And she always, I talk a lot more than she does.
Are confusing.
And she'll say, I know, she'll say, anyways, like a lot when I'm talking. I'm like, okay, sorry, that's my cue.
Nashville miles behind me, Houston on my mind. They spelled my name again on the marquee sign, and I wish I could call you, hear your voice tonight. I hope this dream I'm chasing is really worth my time, but it's all tail lights and interstate signs and one more night on the road. Yeah, it's all dive bars and old dance halls and the lonely neon glow. And I miss you when I'm gone. I ain't no rolling stone. So baby, I'm coming home. Pulled off the highway to the Motor Inn Motel. There's no one at the counter, so I stand and ring this bell. Well, lately all this travel feels like a two-lane hell, while my heart is back in Houston. As far as I can tell, it's all tail lights and interstate signs and one more night on the road. And it's all dive bars and old dance halls and the lonely neon glow. And I miss you when I'm gone. I ain't no rolling stone. So baby, I'm coming home. When I'm on the road, you're on my mind. If I can make it home, I'll be just fine. 'Cause it's all tail lights and interstate signs and one more night on the road. And it's all dive bars and old dance halls and the lonely neon glow. And I miss you when I'm gone. I ain't no rolling stone. No, I ain't no rolling stone. So baby, I'm coming home.
Wow.
Thank you.
I think that was my
Great song.
favorite.
Isn't that great?
I love it. That
was awesome.
It's a good one.
All right. Okay. Are y'all having a good time? Okay.
how's everybody
We need to do something here before I forget. We've got to do a liner to kick off the radio show. Okay. So y'all have to figure out how you want to do this, but ultimately, here's what I need. I need, this is Rhae, and this is Cannon Brand, and this is real life, real music.
Oh yeah. We can do
Okay. So y'all can do like some kind of synchronized swimming thing or whatever you want to do.
that.
But
Ladies first.
I have
You
a
got it.
question. Do we say this is Bonneray or I'm Bonneray?
you can
Does
pick.
it matter?
You can pick.
This? Okay. All right. The people have spoken.
All
this.
right. All right.
Okay,
this.
wait. So I'm going to say, this is
boom,
Bonner
boom,
Rhae.
and this is real life real
This is
music.
Ken
And
Brand. And
I
then
say
we
mine,
say,
we say it together. And this is real life real music
wait,
together.
Can we do a practice?
No, we're rolling tape
this is-
already. If
gotta
it's
be
horrible, I'm going to make you do it
authentic.
more than once. So.
Okay.
Okay, so and then here's y'all's job, okay? After they do that, I need y'all to just go nuts, okay? And I'll give you this signal when it's time to stop, all right? So here we go.
This is Bonner Rhae.
And this is Ken Brand.
And this is real life real music.
That was perfect.
Come on, y'all have been holding out on me. That was perfect.
We actually got together like a week ago and we practiced.
We just said it
and-
over and over again.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You weren't supposed to tell him that.
Man. Okay, well, Cannon, before you play again, I just
Yes.
want to say thank you one more time to, we could not make events, we couldn't make this show happen for the last 15 years without the help of our corporate sponsors. You've got a couple of things on your table in front of you. There's a couple of brochures from the Highlands and from Chambers Creek. Those are from our friends at Caldwell Communities who, man, they have really helped this year to make the show happen. They've got 2 new communities in the area. One is north, not too far from Mr. Cannon Brand here, up north, Chambers Creek. And then they've got the Highlands, which is down south in Spring. And so make sure and check out those little brochures in front of you if you're in the market for a house. The one up Chambers Creek is a 55 and better community that they're building out there with a Jack Nicklaus golf course and all kinds of stuff. So make sure and check it out. As always, my friends, the Griffin Realty Group. We got Joel and Christy back here, avid music lovers. They make money in the community and they put money back into the culture of the community. And I can tell you from experience, because I caught the tail end of this crazy housing thing that's been going on. And Joel and Christy sold my house for me about 30 days ago. So not only am I appreciative of your sponsorship, thank you for selling my house. Appreciate you. If y'all need any information about real estate and what's going on in the area as far as home prices, you want to find out what your home's worth, say hello to these guys. Griffin Realty Group. And as always, our friends at Chicago Title, thank you for everything you do to make tonight possible. And let's give everybody applause. Big round of
Thank you,
applause.
guys.
Yeah. Yep, a starving artist. We need all the help we can get from the corporations. There would be no Michelangelo famous paintings without the commission of the Catholic Church, right? I mean, we all need our supporters, so thank you. All right, so we're back to Cannon Brand, and Cannon, man, you've got you mentioned some really rockin' influences that you have from growing up.
Yep.
And there's a couple of tunes on this new CD that are coming out that are pretty rockin'.
There sure is. Yep.
Pick one of those and play it for us.
I can do that. So, we were just talking about this song earlier. This is a song I wrote with my friend Mr. Bob Henry, who came to the show tonight. I'm not sure. Where you at, Bob? Oh, there he is.
Hey, Bob.
The guy right there. Bob! Every time we see each other, I scream his name aggressively, and he screams mine. That's just what we do. But he's an awesome songwriter as well. We got together at his house one day, a couple years ago now. I was not as swift as Bonner here with my record production. My record's been in production for like 3 years, but we did start like right before COVID, so that threw a hitch in things. It's all time and money, but it is finally done, and I'm so happy and excited with the product and the quality, and there's no filler. I'm actually kind of glad it took that long, because there was no rush. There was no, let's throw that song on there, that'll work. Everyone was handpicked, and we wanted it to be on there. So this is one of the earlier songs that we wrote, but we actually didn't record it till not that long ago. It's called Nothing Ever Held Me Down.
Remember why I left. So
guitar was not being very nice to me during that song, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. I love that song. Thank you, Bob. Thanks for being here to support tonight. Y'all be looking for that song on the new record.
It's a great one. Another great one. All right, Bonner, we're back to you again. And instead of like leading you down a certain path, I'm just going to ask you which one you want to play. Because I love all the ones that you haven't played on the new record yet, so you just have to pick.
How many do we have left?
A couple more each.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, we had to convene. Well then I think I'll play Small Town Beauty Queen. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dad.
Requested it, and you're finally playing something I requested.
Oh my God.
Colin, yeah.
So you are going to play that one?
Every
Okay.
time my dad comes to one of my shows, he requests Country Roads. And I'm like, Dad, shut up.
So you're going to play Small Town Beauty Queen?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yes, I love this song. And actually, you know, when I first heard this song, and I'm not going to speak for Walt, but I think it was the same way for him. Like when I heard this song, like all your songs are great. This song to me has a depth of emotion to it, and especially some of the lines where you just like have you ever heard a line in a song or had somebody say something where it just hit this pain point inside you that you could relate to, and you just went, oh my gosh. Like when she first sat down and played this song for me, I just, you know, it was just kind of one of those moments as a songwriter where I went, okay, she nailed this. And so I've told her before, I think this is her most ballsy song. So.
I would agree. This one is, I worked probably the hardest on this song that I've ever worked on a song in my life. And I wanted to put it on this record. And I know Walt at one point was like, we're going to do that, but it's not done yet. You need to take this and keep sitting with it and keep working on it. And he kind of made a couple little suggestions to me about what he thought I should focus on, and same with Kyle, and I kept working at it, and it really just became this song that it's really complex. I think that's why I love it a lot, and I pulled just kind of different feelings from different areas of my life and different things that have happened to me throughout my life, and put them all into a song together, which was really complicated because it's kind of a complex storyline. But just, yeah, I feel like I did a good job with imagery in it, and it's just a really special one to me. So I encourage y'all to listen to the lyrics. If you did not listen to any of my other lyrics, now is the time. And this is called Small Town Beauty Queen, and be looking for it on my record.
Daddy just bowed out when I turned down that full ride, and I ain't ever seen my mama cry quite like that. But they didn't know him like I did, didn't understand that we had plans. Now I'm just sitting here watching cars roll by on the other side of this picket fence I painted white. Appearance is everything. It's what you learn as a small town beauty queen. Thought I could build a I'm just some burned out star that used to gleam. A wisher of better things and phantom dreams. But sometimes life is mean to a small town beauty queen.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all.
Wow.
It's a great song. Follow that, Cannon.
Oh, I know. I know. I was thinking, oh, not that one, not that one.
Well, you pick. You pick. We got time. You get. Let's see. We're gonna do. We're gonna end with you. Okay. So you're gonna play one. Bonner's gonna play one, and then you're gonna play one more.
Okay. Here's the question, though. There's two that I feel like I should play that we have not done yet, but you can probably
We've got
guess.
two.
You're getting to play two.
Oh, I know, but there's two other ones that I also really want to play.
We're gonna do a medley of 4 Cannon Brand tunes.
You're such a show off. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I really. Let's see here. I feel like I gotta do Come and Take It.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
Let's do that right now. All right.
Okay, let me set this one up
Yes,
real quick.
please.
Okay, so Cannon Brand, like that's his real name. That's not even a stage name, right? I mean, think about it. Cannon Brand. That's a perfect country western singer's name, and he came and said, man, I got these songs, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you got great songs, but your name's Cannon. You live in Texas. One of the original flags that flew over our state that evokes more emotion than, a lot of things in us Texans is a flag that said, come and take it. I said, so if your name is Cannon Brand and you don't write a song with come and take it on it so that you can sell t-shirts that say Cannon Brand, come and take it. Like, that's brilliant, right?
He caught me slacking.
If you don't do that, then, you just need to just hang it up now. So we wrote a song called Come and Take It, and guess what? The T-shirts are for sale over there right now. And here's the deal. You want to know how much I get of those T-shirts? Nothing.
Don't let him lie to you.
Cannon.
He gets $5
Appreciate
for
that.
every T-shirt. Also, can I just point out that there's nothing more Kyle Hutton than combining songwriting with a marketing endeavor.
Oh yeah. Well.
Listen,
You gotta do it.
you gotta feed the babies.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, hey, by the way, those Come and Take It t-shirts, they're guaranteed to make you sexier, all right? So go see my buddy Hunter over here after the show and say hello.
I also have some koozies for sale later that are also guaranteed to make you sexy.
Makes you and your drink sexy.
Perfect. Okay, so anyway, Ken, this was a fun song to write. You did a great job on it.
Thank you. I love the studio version of this. Came out a little while back. It was my last radio single, and me and Kyle wrote this one. It's a great one. It's a lot of fun. So hope you enjoy it. It's called Come and Take It.
words are staying right here where they are. But every smile makes it so much harder. I should know by now to turn around and walk right out that door. And I wonder what it's like to spin you around. What it's like to spin you around these hardwood floors. Just because I can't take my eyes off of you don't mean I wanna give my heart to somebody new. But if you think you're next in line to break it, come and take it. Just because I can't take my eyes off of you don't mean I wanna give my heart to somebody new. If you think you're next in line to break it, honey, if you think you're next in line to break it, come and take it. Come and take it. I came in here to hide out from my home. And it's looking like I'm off to a real bad start. Thank you. I think me and Kyle's favorite part of that song is begins with it's looking like I'm off to a real good start, and it ends with I'm off to a bad start because I'm falling again, you know?
Great job, Ken.
Thank you.
All right, Bonner. Thank you so much for playing your songs for us tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for
Sure
having
appreciate
me.
you being here and doing this.
I was so
I've been
honored
a
to be
fan
here.
from your. I've been a fan of yours from the first time you sat down and played me your songs, and your record's great. You know, you get better
Thanks to
every
you.
time I see you.
My record is great thanks to you.
Well, and
And
if you
Walt.
don't know who Walt Wilkins is, you should just do yourself a favor and pull him up on Apple Music or Spotify on the way home, because Walt Wilkins is, I mean, to me, to get to produce a record with Walt, much less it be your record, it's been an amazing experience for me. So thanks for including me. So what do you want to finish off with tonight?
How about I finish off with a song that I wrote with you?
Oh, wow. I think you should
Hi.
I definitely think you should do that. You didn't just write it with me, though.
I didn't. I wrote it with Kyle Hutton and Jamie Lynn Wilson. Yeah. And actually, this was the very first co-write that I had ever done. And I have always really looked up to Jamie Lynn Wilson and obviously Kyle as well. But at this point, I at least know Kyle a little better. And he just calls me. I had met with him and he calls me. I'm not even halfway home yet. And he's like, do you want to write with me and Jamie Lynn Wilson on Tuesday? And I was like, okay, sure. So we got to do that. And I came into this write with this idea for Whiskey Wishing, which I had thought of like 15 minutes before this write, and normally you go into a write and you have a little more thought having gone into whatever your idea is. So I tell them my idea for Whiskey Wishing, like you're drinking and missing somebody, and they were like, that's great. Do you have any other like lyrics or anything you've like thought about, been playing around with? And I was like, no, that's it. That's all I have. Sorry. But they helped me make it into a really great song that will also be on the record. And so super fun that I got to have you produce my record. And there's a song on it that I wrote with you and Jamie Lynn Wilson. And it's going to be fun.
Well, you're welcome. And here's your free merchandise idea, just like I gave Cannon for the Cannon brand T-shirt. All right. You've got to do whiskey flasks that say whiskey wishing on your whiskey. They would all buy one if you had them here tonight.
Are
but
y'all
you
gonna?
don't.
Y'all are gonna? Yeah, that's true. Better luck next time, I guess. You'll just have to. Yeah.
Got some designing
Stick it
to do.
out. Follow me. What?
I said, let's start out with some solo cups.
Says the guy that's gonna have to pay for my merch order.
Sorry, Dad.
Sucks to be a dad. Okay, sorry. I had to make sure. I haven't. Truth be told, I've not played my guitar in a hot minute, so I had to make sure I remembered how to play that song. But I do. We're good. So this is Whiskey Wishing, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Made a wish on every star. I threw a penny in the well. Looked for someone new, but that went straight to hell. And now I'm running out of ways to lose my memory. So tonight I'm thinking back to the way it used to be. Letting go, holding on, another round, burning strong. And I know I shouldn't call, but my heart never listens. Let's forget this in the morning. 'Cause tonight I'm a whiskey wishing. Well, I could list 1,000 things that I'd go back and change just to hear your voice whispering my name. I heard my soul for answers, but all that I've uncovered are these wishes in one hand and this drink in the other. Letting go, holding on, another round, burning strong. And I know I shouldn't call, but my heart never listens. Let's forget this in the morning. 'Cause tonight I'm a whiskey wishing that you were here and you were mine, and we could try to make it work one more time. Yeah. Oh, tonight I'm letting go, holding on, another round, burning strong. And I know I shouldn't call, but my heart never listens. Let's forget this in the morning. 'Cause tonight I'm a whiskey wishing. Tonight I'm a whiskey wishing.
Super awesome.
Shout out to Kyle and Jamie
love
Lynn
that song.
Wilson.
I love that song, and I love the way you sing that song. It was a great idea. Thanks for bringing that one.
You're welcome.
I'm glad it was the only idea you had that day.
Yeah,
You know,
it was the only one.
when I first met you at Main Street, the show a while back, Kyle was bragging to me about that song that y'all wrote.
Yes.
I remember that. So it lives up to its reputation.
Nice.
It's great,
You
great
also
tune.
played that song at that show, and I was like,
My male version of it. I like your version of it better. All right, Cannon.
Yes.
You have the you have the honor of finishing out the evening for us. So
All right.
I want to tell you, just like I did Bonner, thanks for thanks for all the work you put in, both of you. You know, the work you put in to deserve the right to be on stages like this at the Do-Si-Do. And man, those are the people we want to talk to on this show. And it's been an honor talking to both of you tonight. And Cannon, you got to pick one to close us out with this
All
evening.
right. I think I know what I'm going to do, but first, thank you as well. I'm not going to lie. Kyle has been so involved with helping me find my way the last couple of years. I don't think I'm ever more nervous than when I'm sitting playing in front of him. So sorry about that. But anyway, thank you for having us, Bonner. It's been great to actually play with you. I know I got to talk to you, but this has been fun for sure. Your songs are awesome. So, and I'm looking forward to that
same
record.
to you.
But that being said, I'm going to close it with probably the most vital song I've ever had in my career so far. I was up in Steamboat, Colorado. Kyle was there. Lots of us were there for the Steamboat Music Fest. There was a little artist after party that Rebecca Creek Radio was putting on, and we were all hanging out there, kind of hopping on the radio, playing a song, getting off somebody else, And this guy sat down. I'd never heard him before, heard his name at least, and he's like, they were like, "Oh, come on, James, you got to play us a song." And he's like, I didn't bring my guitar, and I'm just, I didn't even know who he was, but I'm like, here, you can use mine. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man." And then he starts playing this song that I had literally just discovered and put on my phone like the week before because I thought it was awesome. It was on the Texas Country playlist, and it was like the main one that stuck in my ear, that I thought was awesome. And I'm like, You're that guy? You're playing my guitar right now, So we got to chatting. We set up a co-write later on, and he had 7 number ones on. His name's James Land. 7 number ones on the TRRR chart at that point. So I was really nervous. I thought that all my ideas were bad, and I wrote one I wrote a new one. I had like almost half a song to bring to him. And he told me not to change any of it, and I took that as a compliment, But we finished it off. We actually recorded it the next day. We kicked another song out of the recording roster because we believed in this one so much. And it's gotten almost 500,000 streams now, and it got to number 32 in Texas, and it did some cool things for me. So I certainly appreciate that. Thank you all very much for being here. My name is Cannon Brand, and this is called Me and You. Every time that I pass by your street,
and you. To me and you. Every time that I pass by your street, it's been a while, but I can't help but think.
Thank you all very much. Really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bonner Rhae and Mr. Cannon Brand.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.